All right, so today we're making a taco casserole that's also freezer friendly. I like to call it taco lasagna. So the first thing I do is I make refried beans in my Instant Pot. The recipe's below. Not everyone wants to go through this step. You're welcome to buy the canned version. Here I'm draining some of the liquid that Instant Pot, and then I'm mashing them so that they become the consistency of refried beans. We like doing it that way. So the next step is, after the beans, you want to brown a bunch of meat. Now I know this is less than appetizing to look at, but it gives you the step-by-step. I use a lot because I am also making freezer meals. So I'm making a meal for our family of 4 tonight, and then I am putting 2 mini lasagnas in the freezer. So here is the browned turkey taco meat. I like to add a little water after the seasoning, after the browning. So that was browning the meat, draining the fat, adding the seasoning, adding the simmer, and now it's pretty much ready to go. I can cover it just to make sure everything's cooked through. Then I shred a bunch of cheese. Now there's not really a hard and fast amount other than more cheese the better, right? So the more cheese, the better. And then I have assembled my containers that I'm going to put the lasagnas in. The same thing is going in all 3 of them, one for tonight, and then the 2 metal ones are for the freezer. Got my ingredients of tortillas, meat, beans, and cheese. That's really it. I like to use a pizza cutter to cut the tortillas into strips, because I find that if you put the whole tortilla in, then when you go to cut after it's baked, it's kind of a hot mess. It's a hot mess either way, but this way allows it to be kind of more noodle-like, and also the good stuff gets in between the strips of the tortilla, and just kind of the flavors and the layers of all of the good stuff, the filling kind of gets in between. So the first thing is I spray some nonstick spray and then the tortillas, and then spread some of the refried beans. Now this is not a glamorous job. It just simply is not. You can gingerly spread things around, or eventually just get your hands dirty and spread it around yourself like I do here. Just kind of go for it. I mean, whatever, right? You're in the kitchen already. Hopefully your apron's on. Then you add the meat. So meat after the beans, let the meat kind of get in and settle into the beans. And then the final layer is nice cheese that's cheddar, mild or sharp, or Mexican blend. That's up to you. This is obviously kind of a very simple, not very fancy rendition. You could add vegetables in between. I've done spinach before too. So you keep that layer job up until you are at the top of the dish, and then you of course top with cheese. It wouldn't be good without it. So then you continue this. Go ahead and pop that in the oven, 350 degrees, for about 40-50 minutes, depending on how bubbly you like your cheese. I am noticing how dirty our oven is. Cleaning oven is another video linked below, or one that we need to produce. Sorry about the shaky film. These are the 2 freezer ones that I made that are ready now to put in the freezer. I cover it first with plastic wrap, and these are just oven safe tins, and then I cover with tin foil. And then, so I remember what it was, or if I'm giving these away to someone who needs a meal for their freezer. I have a friend who just had a baby, so I plan on giving that to her. I label it taco lasagna, and then I leave some instructions, 350 degrees, frozen. You can actually put these in frozen, take off the plastic obviously, and then for about 90 minutes it will bake. Or of course you could defrost it, and of course I'm adding some sort of silly little doodles. So after about 50-60 minutes, the taco lasagna looks nice and cheesy, yummy, and it's time to make the fixins on the top, which really seal the deal. So we like cilantro. I'm not chopping off my fingers, I promise. We like cilantro and a little bit of jalapeno because we like the crunch and the spice. The taco lasagna is originally pretty mild because our kids are wimps with spice, so we added on the other side. We add sour cream, We had salsa. Obviously, you could do olives, you could do avocado, you could do all sorts of other, you could do plantain chips even, I've seen, which is really yummy. So taking it out, and it's nice and bubbly. You know it's cooked through when you've got those little bubbles on the side. And it's ready to serve. It really is the most delicious, served pretty much out of the oven, not immediately, otherwise it's pretty hot. But digging into it, not exactly the most beautiful coming out of the dish, but when you add the fixings of the cilantro and the jalapeños and a little dollop of sour cream and salsa, it really is yummy, yummy. So adding the additional toppings, as I mentioned, you could add all other sorts of things. You could do even squirt a little bit of lime, might be really exciting. You could add tortilla chips to this if you really want to. Obviously, the turkey meat I used, you could use ground beef or ground pork. It would be a little bit more greasy, ground chicken, or you could just leave it vegetarian and not include the meat at all. So there it is, all assembled and a little bit prettier than it came out of the casserole dish. So, but still looks pretty yummy. This is a family favorite. A go-to. Thanks for joining me.